C connected.
So, very warm welcome, or very stormy welcome, from Toussus Lenoble, which is the GA field just to the southwest of Paris. We're in the newly released FlightFX Citation X-750, and we're going to be flying it to La Mole in the south of France, which is the airfield near Saint-Tropez. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting flight with some weather, obviously. We'll see how we get along. This is really, it's an excellent aircraft, and the sort of era that I absolutely love. You see that lightning? Goodness, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't go flying, but heck, we will. It's a lovely aircraft. I mean, it's just the era that I love, because it's lots of gauges, lots of buttons and switches, and you know. And then when I look at it, sometimes I'm not sure that I do like it, because the shape is very. I mean, look at the rake of those wings; they're really swept back, and the engines are nearly as big as the fuselage. It's quite, I mean, it's quite a design and quite a capable jet. Anyway, let's get underway. We'll get inside, and the first thing you'll do, we'll just get some ground stuff sorted out. We'll keep the chocks on. We'll get rid of the pitot covers and the engine covers, and we'll fire up the APU to start with. I think that'll be the best thing. And what we'll do, we'll go to the weight and balance. We'll sync the sim brief loads, but we'll just change. Let's have a look. We'll change this person. We'll put 3 people in the back. I like to think of Toussus Lenoble as maybe the Biggin Hill of Paris, but it doesn't have a very long runway. It's 1,100 meters. It should be enough of this. Whether they operate them there or not, who knows? So we've done weight and balance. We've got 3. I'll do that again. We've got 3 people on board, and the weight, the default weight, includes the 2 pilots in the front, and we've just imported pretty much 1,900 kilos of fuel in it. So let's get the aircraft, and if we just have a quick look outside, you'll see that the engine covers and the pitot covers have all been removed. This is a delivery from flightsim.to, dynamic registration, which is Golf Fox Alpha Bravo Sierra. We're going to be accompanied today by BATC, Beyond ATC. First thing we do then, let's hide the yokes. We'll get our standby power. Actually, I tell you what, I've got to just change my controls, because I was flying the little Tecnam P2006T earlier today. So I'll just go to BizJet on this. BizJet, there we go. That's sorted. And we just check that the throttles are fuel cut off. There we go. And the for some reason my speed brake lever starts to. The rear set's got a bit noisy at the extremity. Anyway, that seems to be okay. So we'll put standby power on, put battery 1 and battery 2 on. We'll get the nav lights on. We've loaded fuel, so we'll get the passenger lights on, passenger safety signs, and we'll get the we won't get the beacon on yet. We'll get the APU master. Looking for 5 volts. We've got 28. So we now start the APU. There we go. Oops, hang on. Let's do that again. There we go. So that's firing up. What we can also do, we go back to ground services. Let's just open the main door and the luggage door, and we'll have a quick look at those. So it's got a massive cargo compartment, even with a little stair to climb up into it. So yeah, it's a really nice, really nice jet. And as I said, this is the era of aircraft that I absolutely love. Let's see how the APU's doing. Right, so it's fired up. So we've got the electrical power we can put on the generator, and we can get one stage of air on. There we go. So that's now supplying, and we can now put the avionics on. So that's done, and now we can go on the FMCs to position in it. We'll just wait for the GPS one to load. Here it is. So we can press load, and now we've done that, we can align the IRSs, which are down here, 1 and 2. So we can put these both into a line. I've got these set to fast alignment. It only takes a matter of seconds, and when the instrumentation appears, then we can set the IRSs to nav mode. Doesn't take long. There it is. So we can put these now into nav mode, and that one nav. Okay, so next is the flight plan, but we're going to bring it in from SimBrief. I will bring that on screen now for you. So we've got, there we go, so Toussus Grenoble up near Paris, down to La Mole, and we've got a runway 07 left with a MONOT 2 Bravo departure. We'll have a quick look at that. So it is mono, this one here. So it is it's pretty straightforward, so it's pretty much runway heading, not quite though, to Papa November 071, then left turn to XATEL, and then further left turn to MONOT. So that's all very straightforward. We'll get some altitudes, I guess, from beyond ATC. And the taxi route here, we have got a taxiway that goes all the way around the outer perimeter to 07 left. As I said, they're not very long, these runways, but hopefully long enough. We will find out. So to bring it in from SimBrief, you need to go to the SimBrief, that's from nav page, then SimBrief, put your SimBrief ID in. I've already done that, and then you just do flight plan recall and it'll bring it in. Okay, so now we do departure. So we want 07 left, and it's the MONOT 2 Bravo we wanted. MONOT 2 Bravo, and we activate that. We just go through the flight plan, just make sure there's no disco, and there isn't. Go back to nav, go to arrival, and we want to do the star, which is going to be the XATEL Victor. Go back to arrival. We want the approach. This is the VOR Alpha, which is for either runway 24 or 06 at La Mole, and we want the NEKIP transition. And then we can go back to that, just check the details are correct, and then we activate. And again, we'll just go through the route just to make sure there's no discos. There is a disco, so we'll get rid of that. We'll drag XATEL. Oops, sorry. Into the disco. So that's taken care of that. So the rest of it should be all fairly straightforward. Yep. And STP, what we'll do, STP, we'll just tell it to be there at 4,000. There we go, not 4,000 or above. Okay, happy with that. So let's go to perf, and perf init, and this has got 4 pages. Next page, it's about speeds. We will keep the default speeds. The transition altitude here is 5,000. I checked earlier. Next page. We're going to sync what's on the EFB. So just to remind you, go to weights. So we've got 1,900 kilos of fuel, and where have we got all the loads here, all the weights. So we're just going to sync the EFB with this. Press sync, There you go, it's imported all those values. So we're good, and then we can confirm the initialization. That's done. Now we do the takeoff. So we go to takeoff, and we want to put the wind in. In fact, let's just go back to one. Let's go to takeoff. 3 pages here. Next. It's dry. Next. Flaps 15. Confirm. No, we need to go back. Where's the wind? There it is, wind. I knew I'd missed something. Wind. So let's go to the front page. And the weather data of your current airport is shown here, along with some other information, indicated airspeed, ground speed, true airspeed. So the wind is 050, 3 knots. So 050, 3 knots. There we go, next page. That's all correct. Next page. We're going to keep flap 15. We confirm all that. Then we get to the takeoff data. And here we just need to go through the 2 pages. So the first page is just telling us what headwind and crosswind components are, how much runway there is, and the next page are the V-speeds. Now interestingly, the V-speeds do not appear on the PFD until you've got the hydraulic power and flaps down. So we've got the AP running, so we could put the hydraulic pump on and get the flaps down to get the V-speeds, but we won't. We'll just wait till we do a normal startup, and then we'll get the V-speeds appearing on there. Right, so that's all set, so we're good to go. We've got the passenger signs on. It's got a nice little cabin, by the way, just to show you. It's all very neat. You've got cupboards that open in case you're thirsty, and you've got drawers that's empty, but you've got snacks and stuff in some of these drawers, blankets and pillows, and you got the passengers sitting there. Let's have a quick look. There we go, passengers sitting in the back. Okay, so we'll just get our clearance. We'll get ATIS first of all. In the config of this aircraft,
landing and departing runway 07 left, 07 right.
There is the option to put Nautilus throttle on, and I do have that, so we will be using Nautilus throttle.
Contact you avec information X-ray.
X3.
Toussus le Noble Airport, information X-ray. 1228 Zulu. Wind 010 at Miné. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 3600. Miné for 00 broken. 13000 broken.
Okay, so we're going to go to ground and we'll get our IFR clearance.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, looking to pick up our clearance to La Mole.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, Toussus ground, expect runway 07 left, Mono 2 Bravo departure, initial climb to flight level 070. Squawk 1000.
So 070 for the flight level, and squawk is 1000. So we'll go to the co-pilot's FMC, we'll hit nav, and then you've got a radio page on the right for soft key. And then we go to the second page, and then we got the transponder, so we can just type in 1000. Oops. And then we put that into the transponder. You can use these radio nav radio units, but it's much easier just to type the values in the FMC. I'm going to go to the progress page now. So we've got our clearance, so next thing is to start up. So we're going to just close the main door, close the cargo door, check that the parking brake is on, and it is, so we can now get rid of the chocks. And I'm actually going to hide the EFB. So this little button here, you can put it down into your pocket, and let's get startup clearance.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, ramp for 0, request engine start.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, engine start approved, call when ready for taxi.
Wilco, startup approved. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Okay, so we're going to get the anti-collision light, so that's now on. On the nav display, there's a big section here that's missing in the middle, and we can switch that on. That is actually the vertical profile. So you go to MFD setup, use the soft key, look at the vertical profile, click on there, and then you get the vertical profile of your current flight plan. And then we just go back by to return, and that's this soft key here. Okay, so we've got start clearance. So we've got the APU running, we've got APU air. We don't need to touch anything else here. So just press number 2 start. So, and we're looking for 20, so it's going to wind itself up. Looking for 20, and we just click on the lever here. There we go. That's the fuel on. What I do need to do though is change the units. So I go to PFD setup, and we want baro in hectopascals or millibars. There we go. And I'm going to press B 1015. Okay, so number 2 is fired up. Start number 1, so we're looking for 20. There we go. We can get the vertical profile on the co-pilot side as well. Okay, so we're good. So our squawk is set, our engines are running. What we don't need now is the APU, so we switch off the APU air, switch off the APU electrical supply generator, and switch off the APU master. Right, so that's the APU shutting down, and now we can do flap 15. Okay, so we've got, this aircraft has got slats at the front and 3 stages at the back, 5, 15 and 35. So we want flap 15, so that's, I think, 3 clicks of the flap button. So just have a quick look outside. Whoops, do that again. There we go. Slats, and let's just check that is set to 15. It is, and we should have the takeoff V-speeds now shown. Here they are on the PFD. We go to flight plan, and what we want now is the altitude, which is 070. Now the altitude, the autopilot, the functions for the autopilot are here on the pedestal, which are really inconvenient. So what they've done very cleverly is to put repeater knobs here, but they're not knobs, they're actually the screw heads. They've got a secondary function which is actually like heading, altitude and the course deviation. So we're going to go to runway 070, so we want to go bring the heading bug round to 070. And 071 we've got, so 070. We should check really what the runway heading is. We'll do that. Airports, Toussus Lenoble 07. There we go. 070 for 7 left. Okay. And flight level 070. So we're just going to hit this. It's very, very quick. You click and hold, and it zooms up. So just be wary of that. So 070 we've got the QNH. Let's ask for taxi.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, ready to taxi to the active.
Actually, we've got one more thing to do.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, runway 07 left taxi via Sierra, Whiskey. On short runway 07 right.
Runway 07 left taxi via Sierra, Whiskey.
So just to remind you of the taxi
right,
route,
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
it is all the way around the perimeter. So left, then a right, then keep on that all the way around. Okay, and one more thing to do. We've got here the checks. So we need to do pitot heat, which is here. Then we've got to do the trim. So now we've got the hydraulic power on. You see the trim indicator is in green. Sorry, the trim indicator is on 0, but the takeoff indication in green here. So it means that we've got to just move the trim. And when the needle goes green, as long as you move it in the right direction, there we go, it's set. So that's now set for takeoff. So we've got no takeoff because the park brake is on, and also we've got packs. The packs are on. We could switch them off. We don't need, oops, let's do that again. We don't need to, okay, because that is an advisory in white. There we go. So let's get our taxi light on, which is just beneath the throttle levers, and switch our parking brake off, and now we can just taxi. So we need to go left here.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, cross runway 07 right. Continue taxi via Sierra, Whiskey.
Cross runway 07 right. Continue taxi via Sierra, Whiskey, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Okay, so we're moving away from the terminal now, so we can actually put the weather radar on, and the weather does suggest we need it, so we're just going to keep taxiing the aircraft around, and it does gather speed really rather quickly. And the cockpit lighting is exceptional on this, but we don't need it today. So here we go, turn to the right here. So let's get the weather radar on when we're going on in a straight bit. Okay. So weather radar is here, so we just need to go stand by to weather radar, and now we need to switch that on the map display, and that is MFD weather here. Okay, so hopefully if there is weather it will report it there. Okay, so we just keep going around now to the right. I find the steering a bit funny. I haven't quite got the hang of it. It's sort of very on-off, a bit jerky. But I mean, probably technique rather than the aircraft. But yeah, it's and the TCAS does work. That is on. We've got the squawk set, and it's on Tara. You can see that here. This is freeware from FlightSim.to. Somebody spent a great deal of time making this. It's a lovely airport. So it's the GA, the main GA field of Paris. It's just a lovely looking aircraft. Until you look at the wings, and then you think, wow, they're really, really raked, aren't they? And you think that's not quite right. It's a biz jet. It's not a military jet. But heavens. Alright, so we just need to go around here to the right. We've got clearance to cross.
Contact Toussus Tower 120.75. Have a good day.
Contact Tower 120.75, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Have a good day.
Okay, so we're just approaching the runway. I'm not sure where the hold is. Maybe we've gone through it already. So we'll come to a stop. We'll just request departure.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, ready to go. Runway 07 left.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, Toussus Tower, wind 010 at Nine, runway 07 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 07 left, cleared for takeoff. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Right then, so we put landing lights on. Switch the taxi light off. Get strobe light on. Okay, so I think we're good. So we can now taxi, line up, and we won't do a rolling takeoff on this. We will do we'll wind it up with the brakes on. Not too much though, because it's just wear the brakes out. It's really, it's not short on power.
Approaching.
Just use as much of the runway as we can.
Left. On runway
Okay, so it's come to a stop.
left.
Right then, so holding it on the brakes, spooling the engines up, making sure they're stable, and they are. Full welly, release the brakes. There we go.
Caution, short runway, short runway.
Okay, so you can see the V speeds are just, we're ready there, rotate, round we go. So yeah, not short on power, is it? Okay, I didn't get the flight directors on, do that now. Okay, so we're on the flight directors, so we go to nav, flight level change, autopilot, and what we'll do, we'll get the auto throttle on, and that's immediately set on climb power, so we'll just retract flaps 5, slats coming up, oh. And well, slats can come in
Flight
now.
to flight level 180, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Okay, so slats are in, and we've got flight level 180, so we'll just dial that in, remembering that it's very, very quick. This altitude repeater. There we go, 180 set and checked.
Paris Control, Iberia 3136, good day.
Change the range on the map. There we go, so we've got something sensible there. So 5,000 is the transition, so we'll go to standard, which there's a button for here. There we go, 5,000 standard. Okay. So LNAV, flight level change, auto throttle. It's all good. So just passing 070 now. Looking up to a right turn. And you can centre the heading by clicking actually on the HDG label here. You can see that centres your second line.
5 November uniform, Finale 1 Golf, runway to sea left. Report ready for descent.
My scenery's doing a redraw.
Cone of 1 Golf, runway 26 left, ready for descent. Easy 25 November uniform.
Okay. And we're going to climb up to flight level 370 and so just do a quick so Perth page, cruise, and it's brought that in from SimBrief, but you often need to change it because it gives you the optimum here. Okay, so if you want to go higher for 7 or even 5.1, I think in this, or 5.2 or 5.3 or something like that, then this is where you change it under the cruise page. Back to flight plan. Okay.
Air Algérie 1011. You are assigned flight level 370.
Center the heading bug.
Issue you at flight level 380. Descend to flight level 370.
It's just accelerating to 300 knots. Nearly there.
Descend to flight level 370. Air Algérie 1011.
Continue accelerating now. Climbing. So that's all good. We're above 10,000. We're not through the clouds yet. Do we let them out of their seats? Not so sure. There were storms around. Not so sure. We'll keep them in, I think, until we get over the clouds. So that's it pretty much. You know, so not the most complicated. Oh, landing lights we can do. And we can center the
Center on
heading bug.
119.825,
Right,
leading
landing
25 November uniform.
Okay. And I've inadvertently changed that from 180, I think we got, yeah.
Contact Paris Control 11.8.05.
Contact Paris Control 118.05.
I do find that it is easy to occasionally
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
that's 370 we've got set checked. So it's I have found it easy to inadvertently click switches. So I did a flight not so long ago, yesterday, and actually I managed to switch off, I think, the generators or something here, and then I ended up losing the alignment on the IRSs, and it was in the middle of a climb and it was just way too fast and too new for me to know what to do, so I shut it down. Then the other day I found that I switched something here off by mistake. So yeah, it is easy to switch things on and off by mistake. So what are we now? Flight level 190.
126.475, ICER 7 Juliet. Have a good afternoon.
And let's have a look outside.
Paris Control, Speedbird 727 Golf.
It's an unmistakable profile, isn't it? It is like a fighter jet, isn't it? Look at that. I still haven't worked out if I really like it. I think I do, and I want to like it. Yeah, there's still some lightning around, isn't there? And actually, the weather radar hasn't reported it. Go to a different
Center
zoom,
on
and
118.05, Golf
let's try a
Foxtrot
different
Alpha
setting
Bravo
on the weather
Sierra.
radar.
Bye-bye.
Air France 1184. Extrail speed 2220.
Oh, now we got some weather. Red.
Extrail speed 2220 knot. Air France 1184.
Okay,
Paris
so it
Control,
does work.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, flight level 210.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Paris Control. Radar contact.
So let's go outside again. So what we'll do is we'll put it on fast forward and we'll enjoy the flight, and then we'll rejoin when we're ready for a descent to Le Mans. go to double speed, that will go to quadruple speed.
Flight Control, Swiss for Sierra Mike. Good afternoon. Flight level 369.
Suisse pour Sierra Mike. Paris Contrôle, identifié. Suisse pour Echo Charlie. Contact Paris Control 125.7.
Center on 125.7, Swiss for Echo Charlie.
Suisse pour Sierra Mike. Paris Control. Expect
The
Baselbius 3 Golf.
auto
Runway
throttle,
14.
like most of these aircraft, has got two modes. FMS, that takes the cues for speed on the performance pages, so for instance climb, cruise, descent, or you can go manual, okay, by moving the large knob here, and then you can just dial in the speed that you want using the small knob here. So at 360, we're just going to level off now at 370. I'm at 4 times speed, so it might not manage it. Yeah. Okay, but hopefully it'll descend and recapture the altitude.
Paris Control, Air France 97 November Romeo, flight level 310.
Air France 97 November Romeo. Paris Control, identifié.
So look at that mark, 0.89. That's ludicrous, isn't it? Our ground speed is shown here, 525. So we'll be descending in no time. So the progress page on the co-pilots. Go to the next page, and top of descent is in 182 miles. Which I don't think will take that long somehow in this. 0.91! Well, that is impressive. Okay. Those wings are so big, it's like a flying body, isn't it? Let's get back inside, and what we can do is we can do a quick brief on the arrival. So, get rid of this. So the arrival is full of interest because the XATEL 3 Victor has lots and lots of altitude constraints and speed constraints, 280, 250. So that's one thing. And then we've got this VOR-DME approach into La Mole. Okay. Now we know that. Let's go back to here. We'll try and get the weather at La Mole. Open airport weather. So it's definitely from the west, 12 knots. It's definitely on runway 24. So we'll be coming in from NEKIP, direct to Saint-Tropez VOR. Then we go outbound on the 130 radial for 4 miles, so not very far, at 4,000 feet. Left turn 180 on the speed, rate 1 turn to intercept the 277 inbound radial to Sierra Tango Papa. And when we get to Sierra Tango Papa at 4,000, we then begin a descent to the MDA, which is 2,500. Now, what you're supposed to do then is after you go past this SDP, you go heading 262 until you're visual. And then it says, when you're visual, you can then do the visual circuit. So what's the visual circuit? So there are charts, you can find them from on the internet, but if we go to the VFR page here, you'll see it's got at La Mole a circuit transcribed on the map. So we go overhead the airport, and we take this sort of 3-stage crosswind, then a downwind, then a base, and then an offset final. This will fly at 1600 feet? Yeah, 1600 feet. Okay, because there are hills everywhere here. Okay, this is not straightforward. This is nested and nestled in amongst hills. So there's the VOR. So it's a 262 on the heading, and you only carry on when you're visual, and then when you're visual with the airport at 2500, you can continue on the VFR, this non-standard VFR circuit, right hand circuit, descending 1600. So very, very interesting, and you know, it's one of my favourites. So top of descent is only 25 miles away. So let's go back to normal speed. So we've got to accept the clearance, the XATEL Victor. Let's just adjust the heading knob. It's got VNAV. Okay, so we're just going to enable that now. We haven't had clearance yet, so the aircraft won't descend, even if we get to the top of descent, because we need to enter a lower altitude. They will tell us momentarily what the altitude should be, and I think they usually give 290, okay, which is odd because it's neither 31 or 25. They make 29, then they get you to go down to 25, then 200, and so on.
Alpine 541 Delta, you are assigned flight level 300. Issue you at flight level 28 Nine. Climb to flight level 300.
Roger, climb to flight level 300, Alpine 541 Delta.
We'll tell them that we're ready for descent now.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, ready for descent. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
So 29 is right.
Runway 06, descent to flight level 290.
Okay, so 290 is set and checked. We're on VNAV, so VNAV is enabled. We can see here it's on the VNAV path is in white, so it's armed and ready. When we get to the top of descent, that will go green and we'll start descending. It'll also slow down probably to the descent speeds. Well, actually won't. 300 is what it's got for descent. So it'll say at 300. But we can change that if we want. Just go to manual on the auto throttle, then dial in a slower speed. Okay, so we're going to start descending now. I don't think we released them from their seats. No, we didn't. It's not nice of us, is it? We'll release them now just for a couple of minutes, just to say that we didn't keep them in the seat the whole time. There we go. So there's the vertical profile coming down. The engine starts spooling back, and we'll start descending. There we go. And I have to say that the VNAV so far has been spot on. Really very good. No water brake, of course, in this. But it does have very powerful reversers. Let's have a quick look at those. They're the bucket sort. They open as clamshells at the very back of the engine. Okay, so we're descending What we could do, just speed it up a little bit. Or not. No, let's not. Because
Alpine 78 Quebec Hotel. Contact Marseille Control 120.85.
so at the moment it's descending on a Mach number.
20.85, Alpine 78 Quebec Hotel.
Or is it? Who knows? Seems to be losing speed, not gaining it, I don't know. Spooling up a little bit. And the lighting is very, very good in this. So you've got all sorts of floodlights and backlighting, window vents. Gosh, it's got all sorts of auxiliary panel light. This is the era of aircraft that I absolutely love. These are CRT screens. There is an option to change them to LCD. I think, but I'm not sure, it is the old active matrix type LCD with the luminosity that you had to, that was very odd. You had to look squarely at them when they looked out of focus. But I've got the CRTs because what I really love seeing are the curvature effects that they've got on their displays.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Descend to flight level 230.
230. So
Descend to
altitude.
flight level 230, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Set and checked. Let's have a quick, and you can get Navigraph charts on your tablet, but we've hidden the tablet. You can just pick it up again, put it there, and Navigraph. Yeah, I'm really not going to bother. I've got the charts on the screen when I need them. So we're descending now to 2.5 for 2 box. Sorry, 2.3. Doesn't seem to be following the constraints, does it? Anyway, we're not worried. Centre the heading bar. Good airmanship to do that. What's the weather at Saint-Tropez? 1009. 1009. KOK. So that's nothing below 5,000. Doesn't mean there are no clouds. Nothing below 5,000. So in other words, the MDA 2500 that we got in the VOR Alpha approach should be fine. So was it 1009? I think. Yeah, 1009. Don't know if you can preset that. No, you can't. We should get another further descent clearance now.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
200 second checked. So you can see now that the aircraft is when this magenta arrow comes down to the middle, it will continue the VNAV path. flight level 250. We'll just get them strapped in again. So that was your playtime. Bad luck. And we'll start descending again now. There we go. So far, I don't think that the VNAV has missed a beat. It's been absolutely accurate and on time. So, well done, FlightFX. It might be that others have found, specific problems, specific approaches, or what have you. But it seems to have been fine for the ones I've done. So it's slowing down now, because if you remember, there were some speed constraints, and the first one was 280 at Rubeb, and that's the next waypoint. So that's why it's slowing to 280. You can see there. So well done. They've got it absolutely right, I think. So what we can do while we're waiting for the descent is we can go to performance, we do landing, and we need to get some data, some wind 260 at 12, so 260 at 12, and then that's that done. Then we go next page, and so what have we got? We're at flight level 200. It'll want us to go down to 12 in a second. I'm going to dial that in actually. In fact, they're going to tell me.
Descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Right, so what's happened there is that that call came a bit late. So I'm just going down now at vertical speed.
Flight level 390.
And I need to get the altitude back up to 12. 120, there it is, 120 set check. We're just coming down now vertical speed. We're coming down quite fast, 3,000 feet per minute, because I want it to catch that diamond up. And when it does, it should take over the VNAV path, because VNAV is still armed. But it might not. The reason it might not is because this is 17 miles and you've got to lose 8,000 feet. Okay, and at 280 knots, slowing to 250, it's a big ask. So it might not do it. But if I give it some speed brake, it might. Who knows? .250. See, it's just slowing itself down, so I'm going to help it with the speed brake, and that will help me achieve the objective of catching up the VNAV path. Right, so spoilers can come in now, and maybe we'll make it, maybe we won't. I'm really not that worried, because at 3,000 feet per minute it's going to have trouble staying at 250. Let's keep the speed brake out a little bit. Just zoom out on this a bit. Okay, so we've got 3 miles or so to run. It might make it. Spoiler can come in. Now it wants us to go down.
Contact nice approach 134.475.
I think we need to go down to
Contact nice approach 13 for decimal for 75.
070, I think.
Bravo Sierra.
VNAV path. No, let's come down to vertical speed.
Nice. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Flight level 120.
Golf Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra Nice approach. Good afternoon. QNH expect the VOR Alpha runway 00 with the NEKIP transition.
QNH expect the VOR Alpha runway 00 with the NEKIP transition. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
So let's have a look at what our profile should be. So Luke, flight level 070.
Flight level 070.
So 070.
Descend to flight level 070. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
070. We should be on the VNAV path now, which we are. Spoiler is in. Okay, we were putting the V speeds in the landing speeds, so we just check page 203 is okay. Next page, flaps 35, that's okay, and then we go landing data, and no, we haven't got that right. So runway in use is 07. Oops, can't quite see this. There's 0 on that. 070, is it? Zero 7. Okay, I'm not quite sure how you get the landing runway. 24. Approach. No. So I'm not quite sure what we do here. But, so that seems to muck that up. So we're just coming down to 070. I've got to try and get my approach back in. Not that. Runway 24. Approach. No. Oh. So can I delete runway here? Yeah. Go to approach. VORA at NEKIP. Go back to arrival, activate. So the reason it's not giving us our performance is because it doesn't have the runway information in it. So I don't know whether there's a way around that. So what can we do here? Can we put the data in? So info runways, it's 1,000, no, it wants it in feet, doesn't it? 3,000 feet we'll put in. Key not active. Oh wait, we're just approaching 070. 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet. Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra. Clear direct NEKIP. Cross NEKIP à port above 4,000 feet. Clear VOR Alpha runway 00.
4,000 feet set and checked. We're not at the transition level yet, so I'm not sure what to do here. This is interesting. Length, heading 070. No, key not active. Can you go to the next page? Next page. 35. Landing data. Feet, let's do 3,000 here. Key not active. What's the wind? It's a 240. No, see, I don't think we can enter the wind there, can we? So we've got no landing speeds. That's going to... I've done it again. There we go. See, it's very easy to switch these screens on and off. Okay, I wonder if there is time to get the reference material, so bear with me. We're going to work this together. So FlightFX, climb tables, that's the longitude, we don't want that now. The manual, let's go down to, has it got reference speeds here? Okay, so no. Cruise tables, climb tables. Okay. This is for the longitude, and we'll just pretend it's us. At least we got something. So we're just coming down to 4,000. We're below the transition, so the QNH is info weather 1009. So we'll just dial that in 1009. And we want to go outbound 1009. We've got outbound needs to be 130. So we'll set that on the heading, and then we'll do the 130. Set. So we're just coming up to Saint-Tropez, and that is 116.5.
Golf Foxtrot Alpha Bravo Sierra, no tower service available at La Mole, fréquency change approved.
Okay, so we go
Frequency change approved. Golf Foxtrot
heading
Alpha
mode.
Bravo Sierra.
We're going to go to manual on the speed and dial in 180. All happened a bit too late, hasn't it? Let's see if we can get it right. 180. Go slats out. We want nav. We want no nav page. We want tune. And what did I say? It was 1165. We want 116.5. That goes into nav 1. It's already there. Okay, so we now need to go to switch that off, go to here, and we want the course, which is 130. And the VOR we are, does it have a DME from here? Probably does. Yes, STP we're 4.5, so we need to go right now, because it should be 4 miles. We'll go flap 5, and we'll go, sorry, left, and we want to go inbound. So inbound on 277. So CDI. No, didn't want to do that. 277, 277, 277. Come on. nav, so we should be tracking that now. Just center that heading bug. We can slow down now to 160. We've still got 4 miles to run. No, it's worked out okay. Let's go down to 160. We're in flap 5, so we'll go down to flap 15. The final approach fix is over the VOR, so we want to be fully configured, so we want to go down even further. I don't know what the V-speed should be, so we'll go gear down, full flap, and we'll just use the weight that we've got at the moment, which is 11,200 kilos, and that is 118, 108. So we do 118. Right, so you can't do that. That's annoying. Okay, so we'll just have to do that manually. Okay, so 118. I'll do 125. I will do 123. Give it extra margin. So, but full flap, we're just pretty much on top of STP. Let me take up a heading of 262. It was 262. We have go to heading mode, and when we're visual with the airport, which will be any second now, and in fact there it is, we can continue that visual circuit, descending to 1600. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out how you configure the landing speeds when you've got a non-standard approach like this, because clearly it wants to bring in the runway information, and for a VOR alpha there is no specific runway. So yeah, that's interesting. It's an interesting point. I mean, we could look up the V-speeds, but I couldn't see the tables. So autopilot is coming off, auto throttle is coming off. Looking where the engine instruments are now, I'm going to just match my physical throttles to the same place. Okay, so hopefully I'll be able to keep the speed, and now I can just descend gradually to the runway. So we are 3,800, we need to start descending to 1,600. Let's have a quick look outside. So there is a dam that you see on the downwind. There is the runway, and we're just going to follow this sort of path here, all the way down to here, and follow this little valley in below us, the airport. In theory. Quite bouncy around here because it's there's a lot of wind activity. South of France is famous for the Mistral wind, which is it can be very strong, knock you off your feet, and there's a lot of, it's very hot here, so you get a lot of adiabatic, I think, changes. So we're going to now start that sort of circuit, that very odd looking circuit. I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, there's the reservoir. We should be passing that downwind, and we're still descending, but that's okay. I'm not in a hurry to descend, just need to be at 1600 really at some point during the downwind. Okay, we are fully configured because the final approach fix was the VOR, so you need to be fully configured for landing at that point. And so we need to be on a heading now of 060 and we roll out here. So 060, and I'm just going to move the heading bug so that it is on runway 24 there. There we go, heading bug's there, so we can just see when we're going to roll out properly on downwind. So 1700 feet we've got, so just add a little bit of power, help me arrest that descent. And as you know, this is, I said this is very stable, it's really stable, this aircraft, beautiful to fly. You wouldn't think so with those raked wings, but actually it's really darn good. So we got landing lights on, no we don't, landing lights on, get taxi lights on because our gear is down. Okay, and now we're going to come around this hill here. Not too low because we're still descending. Okay, roll out somewhere on base. Something like that, and the runway should be just in that little area down there. You can just see it coming into view there. Okay, so we can just reduce speed. Remember, it was an offset approach, so we're good. We're a little bit high.
Approaching.
Unstable. Unstable.
24.
Unstable, I know.
Too high. Too
No,
high.
we're good.
Caution, short runway.
Short runway.
runway.
Okay, so make sure we've got some speed. Okay, and power back to idle. Let it touch down.
900 remaining.
And reverses on. There we go, the big buckets are out.
600 remaining.
Okay. So, there we go. La Mole. Right, stow those reverses. Got big reverser indicators here. One for the left and one for the right engine. Okay, so welcome to La Mole. That was fun. Would have been better with some V-speeds. I will try and find some because I don't want that to happen again.
100 remaining.
Because I thought the FMC would give me them, but clearly not. Right, so let's clean up. So let's get the flaps up. Speed brakes are in. Just come around the corner here. And when we get the other side of this hold, we will do some lights and APU. Okay. So we'll do taxi light can stay on. Landing lights can come off. Strobe light can come off. APU master can come on. And we've got 28 volts, so we can start the APU. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can park next to this big Falcon jet here. Not sure that I can without losing our wingtips. I'll do my best. They are big wings. Okay, throttles to idle and let's swing it around. Now. Oops, we're going to lose One of us is going to lose our wingtips. It's not going to be me. I like to think I've got away with that, but I don't think I really did. Who am I kidding? That was an expensive error. That said, nicely parked. Okay, so brakes on. Parking brake on. And the APU, right, so throttle's at idle. APU is on, so we do APU generator, APU air, so we can just click the throttles off. 1 and 2, and we can do, oops. Okay, so that's all good. Safety belts can come off, and we can get the tablet. We can go to the ground operations. We can do chocks, main door, cargo door, and no, I didn't want those. You see, this is the thing. They're very easy to inadvertently switch things on and off without asking for them, just by accidentally clicking on something. So anyway, there we go. I enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Oh, my wingtip's still intact. It must have been there as I hit. So there we go. That's how you fly into La Mole from Toussus Lenoble. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all on the next one. Alright, take care. Bye now.